everyone. I'm sorry I'm out at a math meeting today. It's a mandatory meeting, so I have to be there. There's going to be two sections you're going to work on today. There's going to be slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines, and then a square root video. So please make sure to watch both. So let's start here with the slope. So, this section is going to connect geometry and algebra. In the last section, we learned how to graph linear equations. Remember, y equals mx plus b. The keys to graphing were slope and y-intercept, m, and b. Sometimes in geometry, we want to determine if two lines are parallel or perpendicular. If they are located on a coordinate plane, then we can use the information to check it. Keep this in mind. Parallel lines have the same slope. So if we were looking at two equations, and one was y equals 2x plus 1, and one was y equals 2x minus 3, they're going to have the same slope. They're going to be parallel. The way we can figure this out is check their slopes, okay? So remember, the slope formula looks like this. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The key to this is when you subtract, make sure you go in the right order. So let's look here at L2. So L2 is negative 3, 3, and negative 1, negative 4. Negative 3, 3, negative 1, negative 4. Make sure you write it down carefully so you get it right, because I make mistakes sometimes. All right, and our slope is going to be, we want y's first. We're going to subtract y's. So you can go in any order. You can go this way, but then make sure go this way. Or you can go this way and then make sure you go this way. Whatever you do, whatever order you go in, make sure you do it for x's and y's. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. So I have negative 4 minus 3, okay, over negative 1 minus a minus 3, okay? So negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7, right? I take 4 away from you, I take 3 more away from you, that's negative 7. Negative 1 minus a minus, this becomes plus, so it's negative 1 plus 3, okay? So that's a positive 2. So my slope is negative 7/12, or negative 3.5. All right, let's do the next one, L1. So L1 is negative 1 comma 5 and 2 comma negative 4, okay? Again, I'm going to do the same thing. Y's. Negative 4 minus 5, okay? 2 minus a minus 1. Okay, so I get negative 9 on top. I get 2 minus a minus 1, that's 2 plus 1, or 3. And then negative 9 divided by 3 is a negative 3. So this slope is negative 3. This slope is negative 3 and 1/2. They are not the same. So these are not parallel. And you can sort of tell that if you look at this line, right? It looks like this line is creeping closer, and then at some point it will hit it. Okay, let's look at the next one. Let's start with L1 again. So L1 is negative 6 comma 1 and 0 comma negative 2. Okay, so m equals negative 2 minus 1 over 0 minus a minus 6. So we have negative 2 minus 1 is a negative 3. We have 0 minus a minus 6 is plus 6. So this is 6. So this becomes negative 1/2, right? When I negative 1/2. Okay? Negative 3 divided by 6, 1/2. Okay? Let's try L2. So L2 is going to be 0, 3 and 4, 1. So again, I go y's first. 1 minus 3, 4 minus 0. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. 4 minus 0 is 4. Aha! When I divide those by 2, I get negative 1/2. Aha! Same. Okay, so that means these, since they have the same slope, they are parallel, which means they will never intersect. And so we can write here L1 is parallel to L2. And remember in the last section, when things were parallel, that meant things, right? When we had a transversal through it, we could, have all those angles that were congruent and everything like that. So, good. All right, let's go to the back side. All right. This back side, now let's talk about perpendicular lines. So they're a little bit more complicated than parallel lines. Parallel lines, slopes are the same. Perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals of each other. Let's discuss what that means. A reciprocal means that we flip the numerator and the denominator in a fraction. So a reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1. Reciprocal of 2 over 1 is 1/2. Negative reciprocal means that we not only flip the fraction, but we need to change the sign. Negative becomes positive or positive becomes negative. So if we're looking at 1/3, our negative reciprocal would be negative 3 over 1, right? Positive to negative, flip them. So this is negative 3, okay? Negative 3/2, negative reciprocal would be 2/3, positive 2/3, right? Negative 4, that one's kind of hard, so let's first write it as negative 4 over 1, right? Write it as a fraction. Now do your flip, and it becomes 1/4, okay? 1's a little special case, right? So 1 over 1, right, the negative reciprocal would still be 1 over 1, but it's negative now, or just negative 1, okay? So 1, the negative reciprocal of 1 is negative 1. Okay. Are these two lines below perpendicular to each other? So let's try. So we've got L1. So L1 is negative 4 comma 2 and 0 comma 4. 0 comma negative 4. Make sure I got that right. 4, negative 4, 2, and 0. Okay. So M equals, let's go this way first. Let's go D2 minus a minus 4 over negative 4 minus 0. 2 minus a minus 4 is 2 plus 4, or 6. Negative 4 minus 0 becomes a negative 4. So this answer becomes negative 3/2. Okay? So what would the L2 have to be perpendicular to this line? Okay, it's got to be, flip it, right, and change the sign. So it'd have to be 2/3. So if L2 is 2/3, we know they're perpendicular. 4 comma 3 and negative 5 comma negative 3. Okay, so we've got 3 minus a minus 3 on top. 3 minus a minus 3 and 4 minus a minus 5. 4 minus a minus 5. So we've got 3 plus 3 is 6, and we've got 4 plus 5 is 9. 6/9 is 2/3. Those are negative reciprocals of each other, which means this is perpendicular, which means that we can say L1 is perpendicular to L2. Okay? All right. I think you got one more perpendicular problem to try on your own. On this one, what you want to do is you want to graph y equals 2x plus 1. Graph that first using slope intercept, using slope and y-intercept. Then I want you to create two equations on your own, one that's parallel and one that's perpendicular, okay? So just an example, you might write y equals 2x minus 3. Those are parallel to each other because they have the same slope. What would be the negative reciprocal of 2? So that would be 2 over 1, but we want the negative reciprocal, that would be negative 1/2, okay? If it's negative 1/2, you just have to create an equation that has y equals negative 1/2 x, and then whatever you want for the y-intercept. Graph all those three on here, and you should see those connections, okay? You can check my notes if you're not sure. All right, hope that helps. Have a great day.